I've been using the Canon R6 Mark II for video walkthroughs for over a year and a half now, and this thing is an absolute beast. So today I'm going to show you a video walkthrough that I recently did. Then we're going to come back in here. We're going to talk about it, the equipment that I used, the settings that I used, and could you pull it off? Yeah, probably. If I can pull it off, you can pull it off. So let's get into that video now. Now, first off, what did you think about that house? That house was kind of overwhelming for me. It is about 6,000 square feet on that little lake. It is fun. I mean, would I want to live there? I don't know. I've been in so many houses lately that none of them really impress me. It is a cool house. I'm more about coziness. I like a cozy house, but it is a cool house. What do you think? Leave a comment below. But you're wondering, what did I use? Well, you can probably see this is the Crane 2S by Zhuan Crane. Now, this thing has been out for quite a while now. I want to say at least 3 years, 2 or 3 years, and I really don't need to upgrade. Would I like to? Sure, because I've got fear of missing out. But do I? I'm going to knock this thing over. Do I want to upgrade? Yeah, I don't really need to. This thing has been awesome. Now, it does not come with these handles right here. This is from Small Rig, so these adapted right on, and therefore you've got some really good grip with it when you're using the gimbal. I also modified mine a little bit, and I put an Arca-Swiss plate on because when I'm using my tripod for all the architectural photography, I could easily take it off and then put it on the tripod without having to rebalance every time. So I don't have to take off a plate. I just keep the same plate that I have on the tripod, and then I put it right on the gimbal. And any future gimbals that I have that may not have Arca-Swiss, I will adapt it right in there as well. And obviously this is the Canon R6 Mark II because it's in the title. We talked about it already. But the lens that I'm using is the 14-35, and when I'm inside these homes, I'm shooting at 14 millimeters and sometimes 24 millimeters if I'm trying to get more of an establishing shot, but really that wide angle the whole time. So obviously this gimbal doesn't fly in the air, so I'm using the Mavic 3 Pro when I'm doing all my flying shots or low to ground shots. And then anything really close to the ground, I'm using this with the Zhuan Crane 2S, and then walking right into that property. Could I fly into a property? Yes, it won't be as specific, and I probably will crash. It is C-Log 3, obviously, not C-Log 2 yet, but C-Log 3. And so I can bring back some of the highlights, but it's not perfect. Same with shadows. So I couldn't see out the windows perfectly. It was a cloudy day, so it did help to get those shots where I can see out the windows. I am really hoping that C-Log 2 on the Canon R5 Mark II will allow me to bring up those shadows and those highlights down a lot where I can get awesome dynamic range. It does claim 16 stops of dynamic range. Is that true? I don't know. If it is, these video walkthroughs are going to be epic, and we will do a comparison between the R6 Mark II and the R5 Mark II. C-Log 3, C-Log 2, because then you will really know if it is worth it to go into the R5 Mark II. But right now, I thought that this image, these shots look pretty good in C-Log 3. And then obviously 60 frames per second, going into a 24 frame per second timeline, so it is slowed down to 40%. And that gives you that nice, smooth shot. Now, do I clean that up in post a little bit? Rarely do I need to use any kind of image stabilization in post in the software because, you know, you slow it down that much. It's on a gimbal and you're using the IBIS, the dual IBIS on here. It's just really good. But that's really it. I wanted to show you that it is completely possible to use an affordable Crane 2S, which you can get for a few $100s nowadays, especially used, and the R6 Mark II, along with the 14 to 35 f4, and get these amazing, awesome walkthroughs. But you tell me, what do you use if you do a video walkthrough, or if you haven't already? Is this a setup that you would do? Oh, and if you got any value out of this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, the crazy train is ready. It is boarded upon. You don't need a ticket. You can just join by hitting the subscribe button. It'll be fun. Oh, don't forget to check out these videos over here. They may help you, and they may not. I can't guarantee anything, but they may help you or not. We'll see.